Alright, let's go.
David ground, employee, for ship at Fox Northeast parking. Request taxi for departure.
Employee flight ground, taxi to runway 33, hold short.
Runway 33, hold short, employee.
Just do my hair. Okay, so I've looked roughly at the target. It says it's going to be around 1,600 feet. I'm going to do a dive toss delivery. There's a bit of a coming off north, or going directly north. So I'll do a pop-up roughly on the heading of 030 once we get there. Get the taxi light. I've configured about as much as I can based on the details.
Just remember your training. We got this.
Because I don't have a proper sort of route card, so I'm just assuming that I'll be a good wingman. Doesn't have a Scooby as to what's going on, just what matters. So I'll follow along, but then at some point we'll be on the south side of a lake. When we reach the end of that, you turn in, and then we'll do this pop-up delivery.
Okay, tell me, how low are we flying today? Alright, hit me.
It's always the same answer, Jester.
I need the crew chief to remove the seat cushion from my asshole.
I haven't heard that one before. One day, Jester, you will be modded such that you will always assume that we'll be flying at 50 feet. So we've got 9 munitions this time. So we can set that easy enough. And I won't put dive toss or the bomb setting on the DRCS, WRCS. Yeah, because otherwise Jester's going to immediately put the radar in the particular mode, which I don't really want to do just yet.
Ground, employee holding short, runway 33.
Employee contact tower on campus.
Tower on 2, employee. David Tower, employee flight of 4, holding short, runway 33. We're a little late. Requesting a rolling takeoff.
Buh.
Employee tower, wind 336 at 10 knots, cleared for rolling takeoff runway 33. Head delta via north arc, then resume own navigation.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Cleared for rolling takeoff runway 33, sit delta north, resume own employee.
Guess I don't have a flight lead for this route, nor do I have a route card or anything like that, so we might have to F10 now.
Engine's good, airspeed's coming alive. 80 knots. 100 knots. Gears moving.
pressed that space bar. I was slightly distracted by my flight leads self-destructing. Well, let's hope the rest of the mission works. Okay.
Steering updated to next turn point.
Not sure what other prompts we're going to get at this point, and we got quite a long distance to go, which I'm worried that the INS will drift quite a lot. So we'll probably have to make the best of this. Let's see how we're getting along. Okay, so our routing here looks like we fly north of Tripoli, fly low along this ridge edge, and then we come to the apex here, and then that means we take a turn to the southeast, and then we fly along here. Okay, that shouldn't be entirely impossible to do. That looks navigationally not impossible. But I'll probably have to be a little bit creative on the return. Fast forward this a little bit.
And oh, nails, 2 o'clock.
Could be something.
Eyeball 2, Uzi 1, request bogey dope.
We've got nails 1 o'clock and nails 1 o'clock.
Keep an eye on that. Is it 075 or?
Eyeball 2, Uzi 1, request bogey dope. Uzi 1, 2, Bra 079, 490 at 25,000 knots.
I'm not going to be immediately concerned by that. We'll just fast forward this. Just having a nice afternoon promenade. Okay, well, one of the signals is gone. The other aircraft is not concerning us. Or could be two. I wish I had sidewinders. I'm also trying to fly as smoothly as possible in order to, minimize as much INS drift as possible, because then otherwise I'm flying visually at that point, which is going to be trickier. I think it's steer point 9 is where the actual target is. But I haven't heard any prompts, so either I bust the mission or it's meant to be this quiet. What was the route it was suggesting for the egress? Yeah, basically the return. So that's easy enough. Because then what we might do here... Might be a little bit janky, but we turn...
Mud, 1 o'clock. AAA.
Across there. So we're going to be getting this heading. 075. We can roughly do it, yeah. Because, I mean, if we basically want to come north here, then we're going to come across that way instead. I think is the best way I can reason this. So just when we come to the end here, that's when we're going to do a yank, and then yank, so yeah, we'll want to go about 60, but we can deal with that. Okay. I think my wingman also... Oh, he's still alive. Reportedly. I forgot to switch on my radar altimeter. About 750 will do it. That looks to be the town of Tripoli over there. Right, let's review this route once more. Are we going through any particular valley? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're fine. So we just sit on that hill edge and then we bunt around on the top. What I mean by bunt around on the top is that we just, the moment we reach the northernmost point and we're more east, then we start to point south and we get south of that river. So, unfortunately, as far as the brief goes, this is going to hardly be the precision strike it suggested, but then again, I don't think it either planned for my flight lead and Dash 2 to take the day off.
I've got nails, 4 o'clock.
Eyeball 2, Uzi 1, request bogey dope.
No signal. How are we doing fuel-wise? Okay. Jester should switch over momentarily.
Alright, turn point is updated. Alright, those are some nails, 2 o'clock, and nails, 2 o'clock.
Alright. Are we going to be in range of anything?
Eyeball 1, Uzi 1, request bogey dope.
Let's try.
Eyeball 2, Uzi 1, request bogey dope.
Nothing. Scan time, scan elevation. Let's try.
You got it.
That's Tripoli. Do I have my wingman? So I do. Formation. Go trail.
Right,
So
go trail. Roger.
see ya. Just have a sip of water quickly. Alright, I think the wing tanks are done now. INS right now is moderately accurate. I have a rough idea where I'm going. It's pretty respectable. So we want to be in a heading 065.
Okay, back to normal scan.
And 031. Yeah.
Steering updated to next turn point.
Going to be a little bit more off to the north than we'd like if we follow the INS, but I'm not particularly phased. I'd rather that Jester kind of has an idea in terms of where we're going. The egress I'll sort out. I don't need to really figure out too much of a flight plan. I just have to basically run west, get feet wet, and then go home. Just fast forwarding to bring this along a little bit. Keeping an ear out for any beeps. But I don't see much. Or hear much, that is. I guess there's a small element of wind.
Okay, next turn point is in.
Right, we might be coming to the end of this mountain range soon. Yeah. Alright. Okay.
Turn point is updated.
Alright.
Next turn point is updated.
No attack. We didn't talk about that.
Flight. Attack primary target and rejoin.
There's this lake that everyone's raving about.
Mud, 11 o'clock. And mud, AAA, 11 o'clock. AAA.
At the lake. It's making me feel hopeful.
Steering to next turn point is in.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, damn, we've got mud, 11 o'clock. AAA.
the speed. It's not great when you have an AI wingman with no INS drift. You can just go for it. Where's it go?
Yeah, I'd say that's mud. 10 o'clock. AAA and nails 2 o'clock.
Right, let's try this.
Steering updated to next turn point.
Yeah, okay. Alright, that's fine.
Mud on our nose, 12 o'clock. SA2. Captured. Next turn point is updated.
Okay, well I got half of it. Oh look, a train. I guess I
we've got nails
could
9
have doubled
o'clock
the interval a
and
little bit.
nails
My dive was shallow
9
again, but
o'clock.
these cloud levels make it difficult. And it should be accurate enough. Let's push the side back into the air. And that reset. It's my fuel. Okay, maybe being a little bit gung-ho with that. May have to think about adjusting the wing tanks depending on how we're doing with fuel. I feel like we're out of the range of sound, so I'm gonna make an educated guess, and I'm just gonna climb so we can get somewhere more fuel efficient because I'm concerned about my fuel quantity. I don't know where my wingman went.
Steering to next turn point is in.
Okay. I think fuel is transferring back, but I don't know the Phantom's fuel systems well enough, so I'm just going to err on the side of caution.
We've got a friendly, 8 o'clock, 2 miles. Turn point updated.
Yeah, it looks like it's transferring stuff back into the main sort of fuel cells, but that's me, because I saw it at 4, now it's saying it's 5.5 on the sort of tape. Very well, I will fly fuel efficiently. Let's see how much the INS has drifted by. Yeah, 1 and a bit miles, which is fine.
Okay, turn point is updated. You've got steering to the next point.
Should be feet wet soon. Okay, we're down to 12,000 pounds fuel flow. But I think once we start getting up into the 30s, we'll have more to play with. A little bit of fast forward. Okay, we're at about 10,000 pounds.
Alright, next turn point is in.
Cool. Alright. Assume that to be my wingman.
Nails, 7 o'clock. And nails, 7 o'clock.
Highball 2, Uzi 1. Request bogey dope.
Okay. Now we just continue to make our way. See if the fuel flow drops off a little bit more for us. Either way, it's much more efficient than being down at the deck. I feel like our fuel flow would be closer to double this when we'd be going at 0.6, so in sum we're doing better, but I'll try and settle off at around 36,000 feet. I'm sure if you jettison the pylons, then we'd have no problem. But I'm not going to do that for, I don't know, just good culture.
8 o'clock.
Highball 2, Uzi 1. Request bogey dope.
Nope.
Highball 1, Uzi 1. Request bogey dope. Uzi 1, Rob 095 480 at 28,500 knots.
just keep going along. Let's see. Where are we now? On 15. So I assume we'll be 16, then we come 17, and then we land at 33 presumably. Losing speed a little bit, so we'll just ease off on the climb. Okay, now down to 8,000 pounds of fuel. So 480, what is that? That's 8 miles a minute? 300, 64, 20, 40, 8 nautical miles a minute. And we're burning 8,000 pounds of fuel. So we're doing 800 pounds every 6 minutes. So 800 pounds every 6 minutes, and if we've got to fly, hell, I don't know. Let's say for the sake of argument, 60 nautical miles. It's probably going to be less than that. Yeah. Well, more than enough fuel.
Nails, 7 o'clock. Steering updated to next turn point.
Alright. We can probably start making our descent. And I assume button 2. Go preset. Okay, I have to look at this approach plate again. Okay, we don't have one.
Alright, turn point is updated.
It suggests 7,000 feet loops, and what's the distance on the radial? Right, I see. So if you come down to about 3,500 feet at 12 miles, I don't need that. Hi, I'm just recording a video. So we can probably halve that to 1,500. Yeah, I'll just say 1,800 feet at 6 miles. It's fine.
Flight, RTB.
We've got nails, 9 o'clock.
We're a little bit lower than I said we should be. I don't think these residents would be too pleased, but then again it is the Yom Kippur War for them, so... It's one of the runways, but we're not going to that one yet.
Hey, what's our fuel? We have a new bogey. Right 45 degrees, 9 miles. No IFF. Target is Bandit. And gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid. Heads up, traffic at 11 o'clock.
Let's see how I've trimmed this. Just a touch less power. Just add a little gust of power. Feedback on the rudders. Just have to add a gust there so I can get the tail lights.
Land a bit harder, and my mustache can stand in for my eyebrows.
I agree. Can you actually fit around the back? I don't really know whether I want to risk that. Especially when there's that pedestrian, I don't really trust DCS AI, as evidenced at the beginning of this video. Well, I know I hit the target, no one else did, so I consider that a success in my books. I guess the thing I could have done was double the interval as far as that went, and otherwise I kind of freaked out in terms of fuel quantity. I just didn't realise it needed to transfer across, and I could have stayed low level throughout that whole time, but there you have it.